how would you suggest an investor diversify their portfolio for this economy? There are 6 ways to diversify if you want. You can look at residential with long-term rental. You can look for residential with short-term rental, which is Airbnb. I mean, heck, I got some properties, I can do $3,500 a month long-term rental, but with the short-term, we're making about $6,000 gross and netting about $4,500 to $4,700 a month. So obviously, that one I want to do short-term. Some other, I want some steady, so you diversified, you do some long-term steady. Number 3 of diversification. Can you get commercial retail triple net? Those are always good to have a few of these in your portfolio because they come with the corporate guarantee, the formula that I always tell you, peace of mind. I have, like, you know, it's just wonderful to have something. Like for me, I have Coach that pumps in $30,000 a month, $360,000 a year. That's a steady income I can rely on. I have an ice cream company, Israeli ice cream company that pumps in a lot of money monthly. I have now 2 Fat Tuesdays. And so I have part of the portfolio, commercial triple net with corporate guarantees. That's a great way to be diversified with safe income. Look for commercial mixed use. It's a great other way to diversify and combine both strategies I'm talking about. Having the triple net downstairs, and upstairs you have short-term or long-term. So you have residential and commercial. That's a great way to diversify, having that mixed use. Then there are 2 other strategies. You can buy, fix, and sell. This is what I do in San Francisco. Or you can develop and sell, or develop and refinance and hold. Now, where do you develop? When you get the land very inexpensively and when you have good traffic, people coming in, like places like Florida, and some other places in the country where you can get land inexpensively, but there are people coming in. In-migration is happening. So to recap, residential long-term, residential short-term, commercial retail triple net, commercial mixed use, buy, rehab, and sell, buy, reposition, and keep, or develop, reposition, and keep, or develop and sell. Those are the 6 ways, Sarah, you should consider. And if you can't do all this, just do one, mixed use commercial. That will solve all your problem. Mixed use commercial. You can even get mixed use commercial with several units and then divide the top unit, sell it, like separate the deed and sell it, and then keep 2. Like I've done all this and many more, but those are the ones I suggest for you right now. Should you sell? The question, should you sell? The question I always ask when somebody want to tell me that they want to sell right now or maybe do something else, I always ask them, do you have a fixed rate for 30 years? You locked in less than 4%? Hold on. Hold on. Why would you sell that? If you want to, you can, if you have a lot of equity, maybe get a credit line, even if it's at 6%, you still have the base loan at 3.5% or 4%, which is very good. You also should think of selling if you have to ask yourself, are there better opportunities out there with better return on equity? For example, I was sitting on a property that had $3.5 million in equity, but it's a great property. It's an amazing property. And talking to the bank to refinance, the interest was going to be high. But then I found better opportunities. I sold the property at $4 million and took $2 million. And with the $2 million, it makes me more money than I was making on the $4 million building. So literally I paid off. A small loan was like $565,000 or whatever. So I cleared up $1.5 million out that I can now use for other things. So for a $4 million asset, I got $2 million for properties that bring me more income than the $4 million assets. So the decision was made for me. I will have more money, more cash flow, and better upside by selling that one. So you have to look, Sarah, if you have better opportunities out there to have better return on equity with a better upside potential. And the last question I'd ask, you want to sell, do you think you can get a good offer? Because if there are good offers out there, like this guy paid me $4 million, I don't think the building is worth $4 million, frankly. I think it's worth a little less. But he lives upstairs, downstairs is commercial, and he needs to be in that building because he has a banking license based on that address. So he had reasons to overpay me. So I said, okay, take it. I mean, I told him 4 million, I thought he's not gonna pay. So assess that. You have a fixed rate for 30 years, you can maybe get a credit line instead of selling. Are there better opportunities out there for return on equity with an upside potential? And number 3, do you think you can get a good offer?